Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Pisces January 13, 2023. The tendency today is to overthink your long-term plans, and possibly to fret over things that are not under your control. Don't let this overpower your gut feelings or overshadow your emotional needs. This becomes easier and, in fact, natural as the day advances. Good energy is with you for sharing your plans with someone and brainstorming to make them better. You're in a fine position to let things unfold as they may. You have a distinctly healing touch to your manner, and your openness makes you especially appealing. A vibrant Venus is dancing energetically in your solar house. As she ventures through Aquarius, you'll be feeling wonderful. This foretells an especially social and festive period. Connect with friends and family alike. Consider online dating, apps, or reaching out to someone who has sparked your attention in your social network if single. This random interaction could bring excitement to you. Above all, make sure that there is a similar sense of humor between you. Find your footing in conversation. You might feel notably sensitive or sore when Mercury retrograde in Capricorn squares Chiron in your sign. Thanks to Mercury retrograde, you may feel like your career is in a tailspin. You may not be where you thought you would be or have achieved whatever you set out to initially do. Comments, conversation, or even your own thoughts could be poking at the bear that is your frustration with your career. Instead of reacting at the moment, consider this square the time to work on feeling more grounded. Just having the moon in your work sector in the heart of the sun's last full week in your career sector is an advantage professionally, but the moon is helping to bring the different strands together across the income, work, and career fronts. It is a friendly aspect to Mercury on the job and to Uranus on the income front, at a time when they are both still in retrograde motion that will put a lot of things into perspective. When the time comes to act on something you've been thinking about, you just know. Ignoring this impulse leads to bad places, frustration, depression, and listlessness among them. Waking up to your inner voice is a practice. This practice should be the norm, as it has the power to shape your life. To help keep yourself closely attuned to your inner voice, it is wise to do regular physical exercise and to eliminate harmful dietary habits. This day is part of your natural makeup. In most group settings you will be a leader. Do not fight this position once it has been assigned to you. You have a way of initiating a lot of innovative ideas and concepts. You might even notice that you possess natural leadership techniques, and when presented with new concepts you quickly and easily assimilate the details. A word of caution though. Don't get so involved in the leadership role that you are unable to finish what you start. Today marks the start of the great unzipping or uncoupling from the past, as the 4 planets that began the year in retrograde motion one by one turn direct, raising their anchors and allowing things to move forward. It begins with the dwarf planet Eris direct turn in Aries today, something that Jupiter has been waiting for since his return 3 weeks ago. You might be nearly 2 weeks into 2023, but this is the point when this massive year for growth and expansion finally gets the green light. This will be followed by Mars, your ruling planet's direct turn tomorrow. Halfway between the moon's departure from your romantic sector yesterday and its return to your relationship sector tomorrow, there is a chance to pause. With no planetary activity in either and the moon passing through in just a few days, there is a need to hold on to the romantically charged influence of the last few days before shifting your focus to your relationships from tomorrow. Our eyes in the sky. Mercury retrograde in Capricorn squares off with healing centaur Chiron in Aries this morning. When these two cosmic forces collide, we can expect to understand how much we personally need to change and evolve. We might even want to reach out to others and apologize for past mistakes, and others might want to make amends with us in an effort to heal hearts and spirits. If you feel misunderstood by others, don't respond aggressively, but take it easy. Despite your high level of commitment, you may experience some tension. Act calmly and put things off until the atmosphere improves and appears less difficult. Exercise is always beneficial for relieving tension and is the best thing you can do now. In your private life, you feel like you're walking through a minefield. One false move and there will be an explosion. This will really put you to the test. Don't let others blame you for everything, sometimes they are at fault too. Remember to be open for other points of view when it comes to solving problems. Reconciling both is a difficult, but not impossible task. Financial commitments can be problematic. The ideas you put forward during discussions aren't effective and others will want to patronize you. You could be confused by this and enter into loss-making investments. Trust your own instincts because you know which investments suit you best. It's always good to listen to advice, but you should always be critical before taking it. If things are problematic, don't be surprised if you get the odd headache or feel tired. It's possible concerns around recent events have left their mark on you. Work on building up your body's resilience and take plenty of exercise, get the sleep you need and try to eat especially healthy foods that are beneficial. Just after midnight, retrograde Mercury squares off with Chiron in Aries, the second of 3 squares the messenger planet will make to the wounded healer asteroid during its retrograde spin. Its first pass, which occurred on December 14th, stimulated communication conflicts born of differences in opinions. Low self-esteem and guilt over misunderstandings played a large part in this cosmic drama. In many ways, everyone involved in the conversation came to the table with old grievances and baggage in tow. While the first alignment stirred up topics in need of closer examination, this second transit helps us re-examine our biases and recognize where we are unfairly judging others, or ourselves. This aspect may be experienced largely on an internal level, as we reflect upon previous dialogues. In fact, we may not have much to add to the discussion today. The important thing is that we allow ourselves to sit with the discomfort. Only through acknowledging the disconnect can we return to the argument with a refined perspective. The final square will occur on January 27th, with Mercury in direct motion. After sunup, the Virgo moon trines Mercury, perpetuating the introspective nature of the day. This is an ideal influence to think up solutions to problems. We have a knack for strategy, but keep the social dynamics of our situation in mind. This is not an emotionless math problem to be solved. We must determine how to gain another's trust by expressing our feelings honestly. Though the Moon-Mercury trine is generally a transit for decision-making, retrograde Mercury inclines us to reflection. Listen to your intuition. You don't need to make any choices yet. Just remain open and receptive to messages from the universe, which may arrive in the words of a friend, a passing encounter, or in daydreams.